Hi, friends, it's Kathy, and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's in the Cards Divination. We're going to be starting off the week with another pick a pile reading. Only this time, I thought we would look at the feelings or thoughts of others in our life. So, if there's a certain someone you have been focusing on, and you wonder, like you're confused perhaps about how they really feel about you. This is the video you're going to want to listen to. So, if you that sounds interesting to you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for future notifications, click on the like button, and or leave a comment to let me know if anything resonates. So what we have here is the pick-a-pile, as we've said before. When you're ready, pause the video, go down into the description box below. There'll be a timestamp for pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And you can then click on it, that link, and go to that point of the video and listen to your reading. If nothing resonates in that, you can listen to the other two readings. That's not a problem. There's no rules. It's hard and fast. So go ahead and do that. And if not, don't make it fit. Sometimes, though, you have to take little bits from each reading, and that feels like it resonates for you, or sounds like it's your scenario, then by all means, let's uh, let's go with that, my friends. Okay, so let's get started with your pick-a-paw reading. What are their thoughts and feelings of you at this time, or do they have any? Let's have a look and see what we can find out for the greater good. All right, so go ahead, pause this video, and I'll see you in your reading. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. So let's have a look now. What is it? Their thoughts and feelings towards you at this time. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want to see what was it before. Okay, this is a comparison. What was it before? So the first card we're going to pull is how they felt towards you prior to this time, if you're listening to this video. All right. What were their feelings or thoughts of you? Okay. So we have the Six of Cups. Oh, look how nice that card is. Oh, yeah, I love it. So obviously, then to me, they really loved you. They really loved you. They have a lot of feelings for you. They have a lot of um, happy times with you at that time. I feel like there was this happy home life, and just things were good. You thought things were really good. Doesn't mean you have a child, but some of you may have had children. There's also this feeling of you were like a gift to them. It's like you came in the right time of their life. And it can be any scenario. It doesn't have to be a lover's situation. It could be a friendship, but you were definitely someone they were so happy to have in their life. Okay. So I know you would know whoever it is you're thinking of, this scenario would apply. There's also one other thing I'm hearing from this scenario is that this could have been somebody you knew years ago, like when you were younger, and they had nostalgic feelings for you back then. It's like they were remembering you, maybe you in your childhood, you were friends, or and not all of you, this is very specific, but then they you got together as friends or as a couple, and things went really well at the time. So I want to say overall, they felt you were the best thing could have happened to them. Okay, that was at that time. If your relationship is not, this is about how it was. Now we need to go and do the opposite. We need to now look at what's going on now. Three cards, my dears. We're going to see what are their feelings towards you now. Okay, these feelings and thoughts change depending on situations and what happens in our lives, right? That's just the way it is. Let's have a look here. All right. What are their thoughts about you now, overall? Okay, so we have the 10 of wands. No, sorry, that's the 10 of swords. And I know it's hard to see. This is in the reverse. It's hard to, you can see those swords. So let me turn it up right so you can see it. Okay. So this is now, what else do we have here? The King of Cups. The King of Cups, but he's upright. That's a really good card to see. And the Hierophant in the reverse. Ah, interesting. I feel like this person, what I'm hearing, well, number one, King of Cups upright, they still have feelings for you. They still care very much about you at this time. They haven't lost that, but their thoughts have changed. I feel like there was something, we're going to find out, but something happened here. Well, you don't need to find out. You know the scenario. Something happened between you where I feel like maybe they, I want to say that they felt like, I don't say that this necessarily happened because it may not, it's very specific. I feel like they may have thought you let them down somehow. Maybe there was some type of betrayal on a bigger scale or on a smaller scale, just very much like they they didn't agree. They didn't they felt like you turned against them. That's what I'm saying. Turned against them. It felt like, yeah, betrayal almost. And it has to do with this now is showing that they have let that go. Okay. They've let it go. There was something that happened that changed the way they feel about it, the scenario. Whatever happened here in the past, now they may even have just been able to work through their thoughts about it and how they felt, and they were able to find some resolution about this situation. So there is definitely a feeling of they have deep feelings for you, but I feel like for most of you, it's kind of a situation I was wanting to say done. It's over. It's like it's been finished because clearly this was like this at some point, and that is the getting really hurt. It's like ending. Okay. So it may have ended in the past, but at this time now, they may even try to get back with you. If it's a relationship scenario, I feel like they may even try to come back. But regardless, you may have helped them change their belief system in some way. I feel like they were very conservative in their thinking before about things in life. And now they've changed. There's been a change. There's been a reversal of their belief system. And you may have been instrumental in that, but I don't know necessarily, I don't feel necessarily the scenario that you are actually with this person necessarily. I mean, not everybody. Some people are going to be still with this. This could be a current situation. For the most of you, I feel like it's a scenario most likely applies to not work situations. This feels friendship, this feels relationships, okay? So even if it's a family member, but I feel like it could have been more of, as I say, lovers relationship type of situation. Now, they've had a change of heart as far as how they feel about their life. Okay. So that's why I say they may try to come back for some of you if you're no longer together. But if you are together, or they may come back into your life, uh, into your current life at this point. But because the Ten of Swords is in the reverse, I feel like this is still a very hurt situation. In other words, they're still carrying their feelings for you. They can't let it go. They're still holding on to number one, the hurt that they felt, in whatever situation that went on. And um, it's they're trying very hard to let you go or to let it go. And and they're moving forward, but they're struggling. I feel like they're stuck. They're stuck. Okay. So for the majority of you, this feels to me that they really aren't necessarily a part of your world right now. For most of you, that's how I'm feeling. Let's pull some more cards and see what else we get from this situation or scenarios. Let's see what else we have here. King of Wands, upright. I show you that. Wow, look at all that fire. And we have the Queen of Swords. Oh, wow. Upright. And finally, we have the Three of Pentacles, but in the reverse. Okay, this scenario, this is totally opposite. Okay? For the most part, this scenario could be a coworker. This could be a boss coworker. Actually, it's not a boss. I feel like your coworkers, this situation here, the scenario about this person. So if there's a coworker you're thinking about, how do they feel about you? Let's delve into that. You're both like a power couple work. Okay. You're both very go, go, go for the organization. He's very much charismatic and very much passionate about what he does and everything. And you are very logical, and in dealing with any type of situation at work, you're very much independent thinking and you do things on your own. So I feel like this could be your scenario. And what I'm getting from the three here, I feel like they don't see you necessarily in the same way. Okay. Because the three is in the reverse, I feel like they don't necessarily think that you are maybe doing your job as well as you could. Okay, because in the reverse, it's about growth and teamwork and doing things together. It's usually there's a third person involved, and there could be, very well be. But I feel like that's how they feel. They see you as very independent. They see you as very charismatic, potentially, if this isn't referring to you as the male listening to this or the female. If this is referring to you and how they feel specifically, wow, what a combination. They see you as a real go-getter, charismatic, you possibly think you're very good looking. They may even think you're hot. In that case, even if it's a work scenario, which isn't good because you don't want to get involved with someone at work, but they also see you as very strong and very independent and very good at what you do. They don't really see you as working with them. They don't want to necessarily, they just know it wouldn't work. That's what I'm hearing. They know that this is not the type of person where it's going to work out, whether this is a relationship or coworker. They may feel like you're not on the same page together. Okay. So if even if this is a couple, it's a really nice scenario. If this is like a relationship, wow, they look at you like you're a strong woman, you're a strong man, whichever way, very logical, very sexy, passionate, all the good stuff. But I feel like they don't want to go there. They just, for some reason, let me see, I'm going to pull another card. Why? Why? The star. It's just not meant to be. Okay. It's just not supposed to happen. It's not, or maybe they feel, for some people, if this is a relationship situation, they don't feel like they have any hope of getting you. You're like, I was going to say do good for them. That's how they see you. It's like this person is too good for me. They're a 10 and I'm a 3. You know what I mean? That's how they see it. Doesn't mean they are. It's just how they perceive it. It's like they feel like there's no hope. It's not going in that direction. For some, this is just fantasy. But this scenario here is just how they see you in fantasy, but it's not going to go anywhere for whatever reason. It's just maybe that it's not part of their path. They could already be in a relationship, whatever the scenario. But they do see you in a very positive light. For the most part. This three of pentacles in the reverse is just that they don't see you as part of their world. Okay, it's just not going to work out together. Um, and I feel like it's just not, yeah, I feel like maybe you're just too strong for them. They maybe don't feel like they could keep up with you. So there's that scenario going on here. And I know that sounds really bizarre, but it's like you are dynamic. That's how they see you. You're like Queen of Swords, King of Wands, the two combined. Okay. Um, and it's just like it's too much for them. They can't handle you. I know that sounds amazing, but that's how I'm feeling. It's like, no, like I say, if this is a couple situation, or maybe it's somebody you're thinking of that you just, well, I kind of like them and I wonder what they think about me. Well, they really think well of you, but it's not going to happen. Okay. So for some other reason, you're not part of their current path. You're not part of their going forward, whether they feel insecure or it's just not in the cards. In this case, it's not in the cards. It's not meant to be, in other words. So we're going to leave it at that particular scenario. Now, again, I feel because we pulled this card from the past, I feel like it could have been somebody that you might have known from years ago. Might be part of your past. Maybe you were feeling a little nostalgic thinking of them. Maybe you had a good relationship as a friend one time. Maybe you dated. Whatever the scenario is, I feel like it's somebody that you were thinking about might have been part of your past. And yeah, you just wanted to know. Maybe you're just curious. What are they thinking about you now? So, my friends, I don't know if that helped you, but let's see what kind of overall, actually, as far as this is concerned, this whole scenario, whoever you're thinking of, and what they feel towards you. Oh, you know what else I'm hearing? I gotta go back to this. Sorry. I'm hearing that this situation, okay, this is, if this is somebody you're currently with, this is what I'm hearing, the King of Cups here. They definitely love you. You got that covered, no problem. But they've been hurt in the past and they don't want to get hurt from you. That's what they're thinking. And so if you were somebody that was thinking you were going to get married to this person, it's not going to happen. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least not at this time. That's what they're thinking. That's how they're feeling right now. No matrimony. It's like, no, no, I can't go there. They do love you and they care very much, but their past is definitely been a problem and they don't want to go there. Okay. So that's another scenario I was hearing. It was like, oh, yeah, you better tell them about that. Okay. Here we go. It's like, no, we're not going there. And it also tells me they also don't necessarily share your same beliefs in things. Okay. I don't know how that plays in with this person. They care very much about you. Okay. But they do not share the same beliefs. Some cases you have helped them to change their belief system, maybe because of the situation here that they got hurt. But at this time, for some others, it's the opposite. It's like, no, I can't change who I am. I am who I am. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. This is me. Whether it's marriage or just your values, your belief system, this person, this King of Cups person is not wanting to change for anyone. They are who they are. Okay. Let's see what advice about this situation for the most part about these people that you're inquiring about. What do you need to know? What's the advice? Let's see what they have here. The Six of Swords, but in the reverse. So I feel like it's because the advice is I feel like you're stuck. For some of you, it's telling me you're stuck. You can't let them go. You haven't been able to move on. Well, that's what I'm hearing. And the advice is you need to let it go. You need to let go. Move on to better waters is what I'm hearing. Okay. So there's calmer waters, but you aren't. The advice is you're there and it's like you need to let it go. Okay. This is what it's telling me. I feel like you're stuck. So my dear pile one, I hope that this resonated for you in some way. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now. Hi, pile two. So let's see what is going on with this person you're thinking about. What do they think about you, or what are their feelings towards you? Whether you are still in communication with this person or not, we're going to look into this. And first, we're going to find out what were their thoughts of you or feelings towards you prior to this current time. So we can see what's kind of playing out, right? Okay. Delving into the past. What were their thoughts towards you or feelings in the past? Okay. First card is the Five of Wands. Oh my goodness, Five of Wands. But in the upright, Five of Wands. Oh, looks like a pretty pretty nasty picture. So what I want to do is I feel like, oh, for some of you, the energy feels conflicted. Okay. I feel like in the past, they maybe weren't sure. Like maybe they felt, sorry, I'll show it this way, that in the past, they might have felt towards you a little bit of competitiveness, as if you, now that's for people who, if this is a work situation or a friendship, but if it's perhaps a couple or yeah, a couple, lovers, dating, that type of thing, I feel like they saw you as very, what I'm hearing is a loose cannon. That's what I'm hearing. Loose cannon. It's like you had all this pent up passion, energy, and they felt like they were always trying to keep up. That's what I'm hearing. Like they were trying to keep up with you. And that's very specific. But let's delve into this more and see where this goes now. I feel like they were like, if this is how they see you, you're just this fireball. You were almost like you were an angry person and very much stood up for what you believed. That's one other scenario. So let's see what we get now. What do they feel? What are their feelings towards you? Okay. And you weren't afraid to do things. They were like you weren't afraid. You are somebody who, for some of you, I'm hearing you wanted to be, you don't do anything in halves. You jump in with both feet. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Let's see. What how they feel about you now? Okay, we have the Four. This is a beautiful card. Four of Swords. It's a very different rendition of the Four of Swords. Okay, upright. We have the Seven of Cups. These are both in the upright. Again, a very different picture from the normal Seven of Cups. And the Two of Cups. All right. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Okay. I want to say, I feel like this situation. All right, let me turn the cards towards you a little bit. For those of you that were in a relationship, this could have been somebody you were definitely together in a relationship, but it feels more friend or coworker-ish. Okay, because of these two cards. All right. So, what I feel is that at this time, they're not really thinking of you necessarily, or their feelings have healed. That's what I want to say towards you. There, perhaps for those of them that had been hurt, maybe you were enemies even at one point. You might not have been close at one time. It might have been you were somebody they couldn't see themselves being friends with, and you were at odds, conflicted. And it feels to me like either they've made their peace with that aspect of you, or they're just not focused on you at all at this time. Not for everybody, but for some. For those of you who are not in communication, I feel like they've got other things going on in their life. They're not necessarily focused on you. For those that are asking about a person they're actually in communication with, I feel like whatever happened between you, the conflict, there is definitely conflict here that they have let that go. They've been able to resolve that issue and let it go. And they think, I would say they think highly of you now. It's changed. Their feelings towards you have definitely changed. There's a what do I want to say? You're almost comrades now. It's like you're friends, or you're a good team together. And that doesn't necessarily mean a couple. You could just be friends, platonic. But now, for some reason, the energies have changed here. It's like for those of them that healed, it's like they have changed this into a better feeling about you. For the others who have moved on potentially, or maybe aren't thinking of you, maybe they're actually seeing somebody else. It's like you were a good person to be with at the time, if you're not seeing each other anymore, but they've had other options that they're looking at right now. I feel like they have let it go. Okay. And possibly it's because you might have just been too much for them to handle. It could have been, if it's a relationship scenario, like there's a lot of different scenarios going on here. I feel like excuse me, in some cases, they're looking at you like from the past to the present. I feel like they've made their peace with the situation. They think about you as a decent person now, overall. For some, they've moved on, and this is referring to some other relationship that they're involved with right at this time. Okay. So for some, unfortunately, they don't really have the feelings towards you. They've kind of moved away from you, and maybe they've moved on. That's what this kind of tells me. It's over. Okay. And that they now had other options they've looked at, and they may be seeing someone else. Okay. Um, but then for others, it's like if it's a friendship situation, I feel like at the beginning, things didn't start off on the right foot. Now they've been able to change how they feel towards you. Okay, it's actually good. It actually feels very good. Their feelings towards you are much better with the Two of Cups in the upright. So let's see what other scenarios we have going on about feelings towards you. Different scenarios here. Okay. Okay. You know what else I'm hearing before I get started? Um, yeah. For those of you that are actually with this person now, okay, I feel like the past, go back to this, they were conflicted about you. They maybe looked at you as, I won't say out of their reach, but you were just too much for them. Like maybe you had too much baggage, too much stuff going on, and it was conflicting with what they wanted in their life at that time. Now, if you're together, I feel like that they've made peace with that. Like it's not the same. They don't feel that way anymore. There is a good feeling here, and Look at this beautiful card. It's very interesting. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is usually a bunch of cups that you have to choose. But in this case, it is about baby. There's a baby there. Everybody's around offering their cups and their opportunities. So I feel like now they see you in a different, totally different way. Things have changed. The scenario over time. It's gone from this to this. They see you as a good mate. They see you as a very good situation. So that's a wonderful um, scenario. Like, I feel like maybe it's because they didn't know you well enough then, and now they've changed their thinking towards you, even if it's a friendship. Maybe in the past they misjudged you. All right. Let's see. As I said, let's see what other scenarios might be going on here, my friends. How did they see you? How do they feel towards? What do they feel towards you? I have the Five of Swords in the upright. I have the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And finally, we have the Queen of Swords in the upright. So this does tie into this card for some of you, the scenario. I feel like they, for a lot of you, for the people who aren't, they aren't in your life right now. Okay. They're not seeing you as somebody they want. You know what? If you're thinking that they want to be with you in whatever capacity, I don't feel it. They do have respect for you as the Queen of Swords upright, as far as you are somebody they can rely on. They see you as very independent. They don't see you necessarily as somebody who either wants to settle down or maybe in the past there's been some issues around this. They possibly see you as somebody who always has to be right. I know that sounds terrible, and I apologize. You may not see yourself that way, but that's how they're feeling. There could have been a lot of conflict in the past between you, for some of you, and I feel like now they're looking back, they're looking at, how they feel about you, and there's still this feeling of that you're not somebody that is going to they can rely on, stick it out for the long haul. I feel like this could even be a work scenario for some of you that they might even, if you're the boss and you're asking about how this person feels towards you, or even if you're not the boss, if this is you're talking to the boss, it's like they may not see you as somebody who is very reliable or committed to getting the job done to their satisfaction. The queen, though, they see you as somebody who will work on your own and do things, but they don't necessarily feel they can rely on you to get it done in the end. I know that's conflicted, but because of the Five of Swords, it's like they want you to do it their way and you won't necessarily. That's how they feel. That doesn't mean that's what you do. They may feel that you're going to go about it and do it your own way, even though they don't want it done a certain way. You know what I mean? It's like they are seeing it that way. So it's not a positive sense of this. It's like they can't rely that you'll do the job the way they want you to do, the way they want it done, is what I'm hearing. Excuse me. And that you are used to being able to work on your own. They see that. They know you're independent. They know you like to do that. There's a little bit of ego-ness here with the Queen of Swords in the upright. It's like they see you potentially, because it's next to a negative cards, as that maybe you think you're more entitled than what you should be as a worker, perhaps, if you're a worker. If you're the boss, they may see you that way too, that you think you are it's your way or the highway. It's like, no, you have to listen to me. There's no room for, um, you know, there's no room for offering up any ideas or suggestions. They don't feel like they want to be part, they don't want to engage in argument with you, this person. They feel like you might be argumentative. You might be somebody like that's very opinionated. They always have to be right. And I'm sorry, I don't like to say that about somebody, but it's like I said, you're a bit of a loose cannon, maybe, or at least that's how they perceive you. That doesn't necessarily mean you are, but there's a definite conflict between you for most of you in this scenario, Paul, too. I feel like you're not really um, compatible. It's like they they respect your independence and the fact that you are no nonsense and you are very you will tell it as it is. But I don't feel that they can necessarily um, go up against you. Like they don't feel like they don't want to argue with you. That's what I'm hearing. They just don't want to engage in the arguments. It's like you're a bit of I was going to say short-tempered, maybe. There's a bit of a short-temper fuse. That's how they see you. It's like this person. It's a lot of fire. And that's too much fire. Okay? Air and fire here. That's what this is. And it's like that fire's got to be put out. It can't be, it's too much. Okay? They don't want to be part of that. It's just too much drama. That's what it is. Too much drama. They don't want that. All right. What can you tell us then for pile two about this person? What other information you guys tell us? Love. Giving and receiving love. While love can be a beautiful emotion, it is equally a form of energy that propels you through life. Definitely. So I don't necessarily, this is definitely the love situation. This is definitely a change. There's a deep caring here and a compatibility. This scenario, I think they do still care if it's a relationship, like a friendship, not a coworker situation. There's the caring there, but it's just you're not compatible. I wouldn't say that. I don't think they feel that you are someone they even want to go toe to toe on. That's an expression, like the drama, the fighting. You're too much for them. It's just not compatible. Okay. All right. Wow. I'm exhausted just hearing it. Love is important, of course, and that's what this card talks about. We know that. But sometimes it's about love, it's about compassion. It's like I would say that they need to have some compassion towards you. Maybe you need to have some compassion towards them. Doesn't mean, though, that you have to have a relationship necessarily together. I feel like it's too much going on here, too much energy. It's just not going to work. Okay. So send out love to them, whoever they are. Doesn't matter if you see them or not. Even if you don't get along, you can still send out compassion. Okay, pile two. I hope some of this made sense to you and, something resonated. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now. Hi, pile three. Let's get started. What do this person feel or think towards you at this time? So first we're going to pull a card about what was it like before? How did they feel towards you prior? So let's look at that first and see what is going on now. Okay, so this card will be for the prior, the way they felt towards you overall. All right. Okay. So we have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Ooh. I know. It's very dramatic. I guess what I'm sensing, I feel like whether you're the person, here, let me show you, whether you're the person on the top of the mountain or that you're the person that they see as the bottom, they either see you as somebody who's very defensive, You're trying to protect yourself. You've got your back up. You've got your walls up. They may see you in that light. There is passion there towards you or fire energy, but I feel like it's more, they don't know if they can get through to you with emotion. It's like, okay, your energy is fiery, but it's fiery towards you. Like it's being held against you. You're not allowing people in. Now, if you're the one that's at the bottom, they see you as this person. It's almost like they see you in a light that they need to protect themselves from. Why would they need to protect themselves from you? Let's delve into this. That seems to be the past two scenarios. Let's see what's going on now. All right, let us see. All right, what do they feel towards you at this time, my dear pal three? All right, let's pull some cards here. Okay. First card is the Knight of Swords. The upright. Now we have the Prince, but in the reverse. And finally, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Ooh, oh my goodness. Well, I'll tell you right now, this scenario is definitely not loving. Okay, in this particular one. So whoever you're asking about at this time, I don't they don't seem to be feeling very positively towards you. The Knight of Swords in the upright, they see you as a go-getter. You're somebody who goes after what you want and you get it and you're successful. You don't do anything in halves. In other words, it's all or nothing with you. You're the type of person you want to fight the fight, in other words. You want to be the person who is very much trying to think how to word this. They see you as somebody who is almost like an advocate against the right and the wrong. Like somebody who would go after certain things, right? Like you go after what you want. You go after what's right and what's just. But sometimes you have a tendency to be a little too all or nothing. Okay. They also see you, they may even see you as not so great with money. Ooh, I don't like that. So I feel like there's not good feeling towards you. They don't see you as somebody who may be very responsible. That's the word I'm looking for. It's like whether it's you're somebody who they see as kind of self, all the negative attributes, and I apologize, but I have to be honest, they don't see you in a good light. They may see you as being a little selfish, somebody who just goes after what they want without concern for anyone else. I hate saying that out loud. That sounds terrible. It's not to say that's who you are. It's just this particular person, this relationship is not somebody where you see eye to eye with. Definitely. Although the Knight of Swords is in the positive, they do see you as somebody who is very much intelligent and knows how to go after what you want, as I mentioned. But I feel like there's such a division between you. In other words, you're so different. This person, this is kind of what it was like before. I feel like they maybe even saw you from afar. I don't know if they really knew you that well, and if they did know you, they might have thought you were a little off-putting, a little defensive, a little um hard to approach. Okay. And now they still see you in a negative light for the most part. Um, they don't like the fact that you don't want to do things moderately. In fact, I'd say you're somebody that just kind of jumps in with both feet and you're not concerned about keeping the peace. There's no calmness around you. You're somebody who maybe needs a little drama, a little bit, things going on all the time. Let me pull another card as to how they see if there's any positive. Oh my goodness. The Four of Wands in the reverse. Ugh. Yeesh. So they definitely don't see themselves. You've caused some instability in their life. They don't see you as necessarily a stable force, okay? And that's just how they see it. It doesn't mean that that's who you are. It's just that this is what they're getting from you. So it may be that in this particular scenario, you're not exactly, well, you're not compatible at all from what I'm seeing. I'd say let this person go. It's like, unless it's, I mean, if it's a work situation, you don't have any choice. You have to try to work together. I would say they don't see you as somebody, if it's a couple situation that they really want to be with. They don't even see themselves uh, living together with you if it's a couple, or being together. You don't want to be with this person if this is how they're thinking about you anyways. But it's about the stability of the situation. I don't feel like they feel, I feel like they look at you as kind of not flighty, that would be the wrong word, not stable, not grounded, not um yeah, flighty. That's the word I'm looking for. In other words, they see you as somebody that it's all about you, that it's not about anyone else. This is like, I have to protect myself. This is you. This is what they're thinking about you. And I don't have time for other nonsense. Okay. This is kind of how I'm perceiving them seeing you. It's like, okay, unfortunately, it's the negative attributes. They may even see you, like I say, as a bit selfish, all about me, me, me. And when they're around you, maybe in the past, if they're not around you now, it's like they have to walk on eggshells because you're easily set off. Okay. Whew, that's exhausting. That's a difficult scenario. Why are you even wondering when they feel about you? I'm like, it's a negative here. The only thing that's positive is they see you as the Knight of Swords in the upright. You're very smart, you're very energetic, you can get done what you need to get done, and you do it fast. And, look at the angles of what's the word I'm trying to say? They know that you can, if you say you're going to do something, you do it. But here's the but. Okay. So I'd say the emotion, there's not really emotion towards you. This is more about thinking. Okay. Let's see here. There's no passion here. Okay. That's definitely a no-brainer. It's not if this is just either a situation where they are an acquaintance or somebody that just met you, it's not a positive. Okay. All right. And if this is somebody you let go in the past, they need to stay in the past. Now, as I mentioned, it doesn't mean that that's the way you are. It's just that's how they perceive you. Okay. Now, let's look again. Pile three. What other scenarios are coming up for pile three? Oh, we have the Two of Cups in the upright. Oh, sorry about the glare. Nine of Swords. Okay. Nine of Swords upright. Trying to avoid the glare, so the angle's funny. And finally, we have the Two of Wands in the upright. Okay. So because there's two twos, I feel like the situation may have not really gone any further. In other words, if this is somebody that you're not with at this time or you don't have communication with them, I feel like they it was a situation that maybe didn't last that long in the past. So what the feeling, this how they feel about you. These are very different. Okay, so let's deal with the center card because on one side is this and on the other is this. The feeling is generally they would want to be with you, that they care very much about you. You may light their fire. So if this is a scenario that is a new dating situation or a new acquaintance or a new person you just met. This is what I'm feeling then for most of you. This situation is it bodes well. In other words, it's good. They see themselves with you. They see that you're a good partner, whether it's a friendship or an actual relationship, lovers. It's a good situation. They see you potentially moving forward in a good direction together. But, because there always has to be a but. In the center here, the Nine of Swords tells me that they're very anxious about how they feel towards you. Maybe they feel you have too much anxiety in your life, or and that they just don't know if they can deal with that, or they themselves, I feel like they themselves have anxiety over the situation. That's how they feel towards you. It's like this, you're on their mind a lot, what I'm hearing, but it's more of a negative. I feel like there's a trust issue with them. It's not you. I feel like they are the ones that are having this anxiety around you and this relationship or this situation. And if it's something that was in the past, at this time, and you're not in communication, I feel like they still have these feelings towards you. They're still thinking about you at night, even when they go to bed. Like they're still ruminating. It's obsession almost. There's these good feelings towards you, but the center one is a difficult situation. Why are they feeling this anxiety? Is to me, they're uncertain. They're uncertain about from their past experiences. Let's just delve into that a little more. They just aren't sure what they should do. And I think it has to do with this past card. I feel like maybe that's how they perceive you in the past, and that they're afraid of getting hurt, clearly. So they, like let's face it, our past haunts us, right? We carry that into the future. So they're spending a lot of time thinking that there's a lot of worry around you, the situation. And it's because of this in the past that maybe they just feel that they can't get close to you. Are you someone that's going to open up to them and be available to have a relationship? It looks like you could. Their past experience is showing me that they're worried. They have worries around this situation with you and how they feel towards you. And it's because of this energy. Okay. Like maybe they're feeling you, as I mentioned before, that you could have been very standoffish, maybe aloof. Maybe they just don't know what your feelings are. And they're nervous about that. They're worrying about it. So there's this angst around you that they are thinking of you. They're worrying. So you might want to, if you're still with them, you may want to have a conversation of reassurance if this is a situation that you want to go forward with, that you need to talk to them about why is this Nine of Swords showing itself when there is nothing. Maybe, like I say, it's their past. There could be a trust situation here. Maybe they just don't trust you or they don't trust themselves based on past experience. So let's just see then. Let's see. What is it? What is it that is causing this difficulty here, my friends? Okay, it is actually, this card wasn't the right one. I'm sorry. I had another card for you, and I'm going to pull it at this time. Oh, why did I shuffle? I apologize. Hey, even readers aren't perfect, right? Okay, just going through here to find it, and I just saw it. It was I think it was hang on. I know, I saw it. It was the card where she is tied to the stake with the fire. Okay, we have to go back to it's always the last card, right? All right, let me see here. Oh, forgive me. Oh, I'm wasting your time here. Anyways, that is what may have happened. Oh, it's the last card. Isn't that typical? So yeah, this is the card I originally had drawn, and I realized afterwards. So what has happened in the past? I feel like there's this maybe, yeah, maybe it was just that they weren't in the running. Does that sound hearing that? They weren't even possibility. Okay. And all of a sudden things like their feelings towards you. If this is a relationship that you're seeing someone now, it's like their feelings have changed and they want to be with you, but they're nervous about the situation. You need to reassure them. If this is somebody you're not in communication with, it's definitely, or you're not together, but you're wanting to know about how they feel. I feel the reason that there's this, that they would worry, they would always be worried that something would happen with you. It's like that this relationship would not go further, that they'd get hurt. That's what I'm hearing. They would get hurt. They're afraid. So there's this anxiety when they think of you. There's this anxiety about this relationship. And I feel like it didn't, for those of you that are not in communication, it didn't go any further. I feel like it ended a very early on stage for the most part. Okay. So, my dear friends, we're going to pull one more card, pile three, about your feelings towards you overall. My dears, be proud. That's the card. It's time to celebrate all that you've achieved, all that you are, and all that you'll become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you've achieved and to be proud. So, for those of you who are no longer in this situation, be proud and be happy that you're probably not. You might have dodged a bullet, my friends, because this scenario does not look like somebody you want to be with. If this is what they're thinking about you, no, you're best to avoid. And this situation feels more like it's, like I say, I don't feel like they could even um, have gone, if they're not with you anymore, whether that even would have worked out. I feel like it just played itself out somehow. And so be glad and be proud that this is not scenario. If you are in a situation with these people, it's about acknowledging yourself, that how you deal with them. Okay. So if this is somebody you have to deal with now and how they feel towards you, um, you need to be able to stand your ground and be proud of the fact that you may not let these people influence you, how they feel about you. Okay. That to me is more, it's more about, um, for the most part, I say pile three is about people that are no longer in your life. These scenarios, I feel like for the most part, these aren't people you are even with right now. If you are, be proud of what you've done in the past. Um, don't allow your accomplishments, in other words, to reflect how you deal with these scenarios, with these people, if they are in your life. Okay, don't allow them to get the upper hand. All right, my friends, pile three. I hope you enjoyed this reading and it made sense to you. I hope there's something that resonates, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.